Hi, welcome to another Mad Chats and Recaps with myself this week. Unfortunately, Tasha couldn't be here this week, but we'll cross our fingers for next week. So just got me, Steph. So this is for recaps for the week of October the 10th through the 16th of 2022. And as always, we'll start with the Forsaken. Last Monday on the Forsaken, as most of the group waited to see if their mass suggestion plan had worked, Tegan went invisible once again and moved towards the back of the Grimoire auction house and into the room most of the guards had entered into. There, he saw the cloaked figure struggle with the guards, eventually losing in a grapple and thus losing the time device. Then, since the objective of those affected was to bring the device to Rhaenyra, the affected guards began passing the device off as they moved out of the room and closer to the group still waiting on the main floor. Juniper bridged the gap, however, and brought the device directly to Rhaenyra, allowing them all, except Tegan, of course, because he was still invisible in that back room, to bamf back to their room at the Pier Inn. Tegan stayed to pickpocket the stunned cloaked figure before heading back on his own. Back at the end, the group discussed the events and what to do next, with Tegan lifting 50,000 gold back at the auction house off of the cloaked figure, amongst a few other things, including a library coin, one of those gold coins from the libraries that the group has encountered before. The group agreed to give 20,000 gold back to the auction house to pay for the item and split the rest, but with an added twist. Zavar then stealthily drops off the gold, staying long enough to see if their plan had worked, which is the twist that they added. And Morgana's surprised and frightened reaction when she pulls out the gold and a golden coin from the library. I think they also sent one of the those like red jewel sending stones that they gave them to use if they ever change their mind. I think they put all of that in there, I think. And as well as a note that was signed to the library. So, and Mordana, who was the kind of, it seemed like the owner of the auction house, seemed very surprised and a bit frightened when she opened it up. So on Wednesdays, the Penumbra Assembly, the adventurers have a revealing and lengthy conversation with Kasula Amakir, Lady Lyra's mother, in her forest home. Let me activate this marker. Haha. So injured, Giovanni helps her with her bandages just in time for her to brew some tea for the group. They find out that Kasula had been looking for another phoenix that day, which is when they found her in the woods and saw the phoenix like even the day before. But Kasula had been looking for her friend, yet another, which was also a phoenix. It was her friend, and yet another one of Lord Callum's ex-wives, Narathana. Apparently, Narathana had also been banished to the forest, except in the sustained form of her favorite bird, a phoenix. And once Lord Callum caught Kasula visiting Narathana, he trapped them both in the forest, their energy and life weakening if they tried to escape back to the city. A music box sat by the window in this forest home that they were talking to Kasula in, that kind of kept drawing Kasula's attention, seemed to call to Kasula. And after some investigating and convincing, they find that not only there was a charming effect on this music box, which Draxlin recognized as looking eerily similar to the box that he saw back at the estate when he was talking to Lady Lyra. But that there was a charming effect on this box, but that it served as like a shared spell anchor. Destroyed after they destroyed the box. I think that they used something to kind of break possibly the bond between the box and Narathana destroyed the box with Jo's axe. But after they destroyed it, they realized that if they found the other, what other item was holding down the spell, which they kind of assume might be the spell that's keeping the animals transformed as well as Narathana in the phoenix form, that they may be able to stop it. Leaving the woods with Kasula, they send a message to Quinn to let Satara know, which is Lady Lyra's kind of second hand, um, that they were out of the forest. After a short rest, Satara finds them, revealing that not only are the guards looking for them in droves, but that Lord Callum was back in the plain and planning a wedding for Lyra that would happen in one day. Heading back to the city, they're stopped by some guards and taken in to speak with Lord Callum at the estate at Lord Callum's request. Um, they do know at this time that Lord Callum is an archfey, so definitely powerful. And also, they also notice, I didn't put in here, that they notice that the townsfolk, which they know that they're being paid off to like stay there, that the townsfolk also seem very resentful of them. So yep. So going into In Extremis, Saturdays in Extremis, fearing the worst, Zia and Brilith, because we had ended the week before that there was a huge explosion in the caves that they were trying to escape with the people that they rescued. Fearing the worst, Zia and Brilith head back to check on Sinister and the source of the explosion in the caves, as Grundy marches on with the rescuees. Brilith has trouble breathing and has to stay back, but Zia continues on, discovering a cave-in, and begins moving stone, eventually uncovering the disembodied leg of Sinister. With the other rocks too large to move on her own, and no body in sight, Zia heads back, leg in her bag, mentally preparing the others with their mental link on what was and wasn't found. As they continue through the caves, mostly avoiding groups of recently freed illithids, since they destroyed the Elder Brain, one group spots them and begins to advance. But just before reaching them, a form appears and knocks them the advancing illithids back, in the form of the goddess Shar and of Sinister. He's a mess with only one leg, but seemingly alive. As Brilith moves forward with the group, the others assist Sinister as they find their way back to the colony of the giants. There, everyone splits off to do their own things. Zia and Grundy find Vic's parents and find out that it was a curse that kept them from Vic all these years, a curse that Titania thankfully was able to disperse. Sinister was taken to the med ward, but immediately discharged themselves to preach the word of Shar to the colony and to offer apologies to people individually in the group for their actions. Liazana looked through the books that she picked up at the library in the caves, and Brilith found a tea shop where she quietly decompressed before introducing Sirik to the mayor and then finding Liazana. Liazana revealed her conflicted emotions about the Book of Horrors and the group, but begged to see it. Brilith and Zia deciding that it was her choice, despite the dangers of simply looking at the book, much less reading its contents, and gave the book to Liazana to review. A lot of stuff happened. So we didn't have, we haven't had Obsidian Scar for a bit, but let me just give you a recap of what happened in the last Obsidian Scar. Our heroes, deep in the crypts of Kalimvor, under his great temple in the Cassadothian Pass, worked quickly to navigate through its winding passages to find the relic Lashana required for the trade they bargained with her. After suspiciously easy escape with their bounty, they parted ways to prepare for their departure to Harassa. The next days were spent shopping, writing, searching for the mysteriously disappearing tieflings, having terrible nightmares filled with blood and undead, more shopping, and chocolate cake. Jules, after months of accumulating the necessary components and studying the ancient infernal texts with Linnet, finally cast the first spell from the Tome of Great and Terrible Powers. Almost costing him his life, he emerged from the ritual exhausted, an ever-growing halo of dark matter surrounding him, but with a mind so vast none in the Isles could dare rival him. Hoping to recover in the safety of the seaboard, the crew set out for a slow but safer course towards the home base in Harassa, only to be intercepted by an airship of the Aristilian Empire, seemingly in pursuit of Iliana. So, what happened the last time. And I am more than nervous for what happens the next time that we have that campaign rolling. Yeah, so no, let's see, we'll announce them again. We have our merch store. Check that out, please. And our website at madbirdstreams.com. You'll find links there to all of our stuff as well as the merch store there. And also, the Penumbra Assembly won't be happening this week. So, or didn't happen this week if you're seeing this after Wednesday. So the Penumbra Assembly will be back on Wednesday, the 26th of October, and we are quickly approaching the end to the season. This is a seasonal campaign, so we only run for like 4 to 6 months at a time, take a break, and then we start in with the new season. And the way that this is set up with a new bell jar, most likely, with a new demi-plane. So super excited. But yeah, we're probably like a couple of episodes out from the end of the series, the end of the season. I mean, season 1. I don't think that we have any birthdays. If you do have a birthday and we are missing it, I apologize, but happy birthday. Hopefully it's a decent week for you and a decent year. All right. Well, I will see you. I was going to say we will see you. I will see you, and I'm sure Tasha will see you in Twitch and Discord, and I'll see you next time. All right. Bye. Oh,
Hmm?
hi.
What does that mean? Hi.
We're live. Well,
Okay.
it went to the live feed and then it did it went to the live feed and then did
Oh,
the
did the thing
transition.
again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to episode 16 of the Penumbra Assembly. Let me start some music here. Make sure it's not too loud. Yeah. Welcome viewers. Welcome players. So glad to have y'all. And we are here at episode 16. Let me go ahead and roll. If someone hasn't rolled, I was going to say rolling, rolled for inspiration and placed it in Zoom, please do so now. And I will go through here. All right, so looks like Dakos rolled a 19. Drexlin rolled a 15. Oh no, 12. Why the difference, Frank?
Why? I added a modifier in my head. I don't know why.
Oh,
Nice.
goodness.
You're ready for battle.
Yava rolled a 20. Okay, got you. And Lev rolled a 12. All right. So it goes to, I rolled an 18, so it goes to Dakos.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So Dakos has inspiration. And I will get into our recap for last week in case people missed it in what we just watched, or for the last time that we had it for the last session. All right. Oh yeah, there it is. I had the last episode titled episode 15, and I just whiffed right over it. All right, so in the last episode 15, the adventurers had a revealing and lengthy conversation with Kasula Amikir, Lady Lyra's mother, in her forest home. Still injured, Yavani helped her with her bandages just in time for her to brew some tea. They find out that Kasula had been looking for another phoenix that day, her friend, and yet another one of Lord Callum's ex-wives, Narathana. Apparently, Narathana had also been banished to the forest, except in the sustained form of her favorite bird, a phoenix. And once Lord Callum caught Kasula visiting Narathana, he trapped them both in the forest, their energy and life weakening if they tried to escape back to the city. A music box sat by the window that seemed to call to Kasula, and after some investigating and convincing, they find not only a charming effect on the box, but also that it served as a shared spell anchor. Destroyed, they realized that if they found what else was holding down the spell on the animals and on Narathana, possibly, that they may be able to stop it. Leaving the woods with Kasula, they sent a message to Quinn to let Satara know that they were out of the forest, and after a short rest, Satara found them, revealing that not only are the guards looking for them in droves, but that Lord Callum was back, and planning a wedding for Lyra that would happen in one day. Heading back to the city, they're stopped by some guards and taken in to speak with Lord Callum at the estate, at Lord Callum's request. And that's where we start tonight's session. So, y'all had been brought closer to the castle, or closer to the estate, by the guards. I believe that there are about 8 or 10 surrounding you, I think I said. Let me just get my notes up here instead of the recap. There we are. And as I take you through the gates, I will say that I think before, during the last session, I ended it with y'all entering into kind of the main room there. I will say that on your way in, you do pass a line of Warforged exiting the estate through that front gate or that front door. There are probably about 7 Warforged, between 7 and 10 that you see. And you would see the Redskin Tiefling that you saw before, that you know was kind of in charge of the Warforged and the Eden Animal Control Group, whom you had talked to, I think, the day before. So you do pass those Warforged, heading, in the back of kind of that that cavalcade is this tiefling, and he'll give y'all a kind of a smirk and a nod as he passes you, going out as the group of you are being escorted in. If you look,
waves.
Okay. Yeah. One of the no, okay, they don't. I was gonna say maybe one of the Warforged might wave back at you, but
Okay, I'm rage quitting. I'm sorry.
okay.
Nice.
They're just a little bit too far ahead to have seen the wave. Let me see. If you look over your shoulder, if you looked over your shoulder as you were, at the tiefling, he would have kind of like looked back in interest of like with a cocked eyebrow of like, what is this about? But you are continuing to be ushered into the estate itself. And as I said, you're being escorted by I believe about 8 guards. You saw 2 other ones right there at the front door. As you enter into this kind of reception hall entry area, you see 2 other guards. They do take, you do remember going kind of straight when you went to the throne room before, but they do take a right and take you around this beautifully like glassed in enclosure area that has a bunch of greenery that seems to be right at the center of this estate. If you kind of look into it, you'll see some birds flying around, some different insects. It just kind of leads up through, if you look up, probably about 3 stories high, and kind of leads up and out almost of the estate, it looks like, because you can see some blue sky there at the very tippy top of it. But the guards will escort you, again, kind of encircled around you, so there's really not that much room to get off course. And we'll take you through this very lavishly decorated double doors. And, I mean, the estate itself, as you're walking through, and as you noticed before, has beautiful wallpaper, wooden embellishments on the doors and on any, like, I think you wouldn't have seen a staircase yet. And they'll take you into this room through these 2 double doors and into what looks like a set banquet hall with a very large table, a lot of food sat out. You'll see drinks, a drink cart, and yeah, you can see like a little like what's the word I'm looking for? This is horrible. A little like raised area for possibly like live music in the corner of the room, but there's nothing there right now, along with a couple of stools. And sitting at the table, you would see this dark-haired elf kind of just sitting there, not stretched out, but just kind of like leaning back on a chair. All the chairs around the table are just high, beautifully crafted. He'll immediately stand. Oh, I see our guests are here. Please, if you wouldn't mind sitting down, if you wouldn't mind. And the guards will kind of take you up to the table and then kind of make a line behind you, to where, I mean, you don't have to sit, but the chairs are there and are even pushed out for people to easily sit into them.
Is anyone currently sitting at the table?
Nope, it is just this dark-haired elf. A little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, raised eyebrow, lavishly dressed in blues and mostly like blues, blacks, and some white. Or you can stand. That's fine too.
I will. Drexel will ask Lady Kasula, would she like to sit? If she would like to sit.
You turn to look for Lady Kasula and you do not see her. Everyone make perception checks for me, please. Lev, what did you roll?
8.
8. Yvonne, what did you roll for your perception?
27.
27. Draxlin, what did you roll?
A 9.
A 9. 9.
9.
And Dakos, what did you roll?
23.
23. All right. So Yvonne and Dakos, you would see. Dakos, do you have a bag with you? Is this the character that has a bag of holding, or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do in this one. Mm-hmm.
Yvonne, you would notice this, but Dakos, you especially notice that there's a little, almost like squirrel-like head peeking out of your bag. But all of you would look around and you wouldn't see Kasula.
Hi, I'm your very Ivani miracle dancer. Have you met my mother? No, never mind. Nobody seems to have met her.
I'm sorry, I haven't met your mother. Probably
you
not, but
Probably should be.
would I remember
She's
her
very
if I
nice.
met her?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am Lord Callum, which I'm sure that you probably guessed that. I'm sure they told you who you were being brought to. Kind of looks at the rest of you, raises an eyebrow.
Ivani will sit in a chair cross-legged.
I'll sit across from this person.
Okay. Yeah, he's standing right now, but he's definitely standing at a certain part of the table, for sure.
I'll do whatever the spread is.
Oh, everything. Dakos. I mean, even some things, Dakos, that I would say we'll just leave it at with your history. You probably know are probably things that aren't usually made here.
Okay.
Or at least, like, of course, here is also a demi-plane. So I guess it's things that aren't of usual makings in most planes, we'll say.
Not quite a spread.
I'm glad you like it.
So, when given the situation, I can't say I have much appetite, but it'll make for lovely viewing, I suppose, while you share whatever it is you have to share with us.
True. Of the Fae yourself, I believe.
I've spent some time there, yes.
Yes. I kind of give a little smile.
When Draclin saw Yvonne sit down, he would sit next to Yvonne.
Okay. Love, what is anything specific you're doing?
Love will take off his hat, fold it, and stuff it in his cloak, and take a seat across from them.
Lovely. And I would say, Joe, seeing everyone else kind of sitting down, would probably sit down as well. And be like, you have a nice spread here. Thank you. And Lord Callum will sit down. I'm not going to even make you, because I'm sure that you all are being super aware of your surroundings. The guards that brought you in are now kind of, there's probably joined in by maybe 4 extra guards. There's probably like 12 guards total, kind of not in a tight circle around the table, but kind of in a spread out circle around the banquet hall. Definitely, you'll see 3 of them a little bit closer where there are doors. There are the doors that you came through, just to give you a kind of a feel for the room, for the space. The doors that you came through, double doors. And then there are also actually 4 other doors in the room. 2 at one end, kind of at the corner. So kind of like at each corner of the room, there's a door that is currently closed, and the ones that you came in through are now closed. Yvonne, you would definitely notice this, but the rest of you would too, that the ceiling has that same night sky that the throne room did.
Well, guys, it's been fun. Giovanni staring at the ceiling for the rest of the adventure.
Yes.
Lord Callum will look, kind of, you wouldn't see it, Yvonne, if you're looking at the ceiling, but like the stars, do you?
Oh, always. Always something new and interesting, and they just always seem a little out of control and perhaps out of reach and a little beyond our control. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. Oh, okay. I do know what you mean. It's a special view. One that I had, for a quick second, Warren, I thought that you were uncapping a telescope. I was like, wow, Warren's really prepared. I was like really impressed for a second, but then I saw you drink a water bottle. Well, I guess that you all have been busy going about the town, but you've only been here for, I believe, what has it been? 3 days?
Well, from the sounds of it, not as busy as you.
Oh, yes. Well, we all have things to do. Something that need to be done. And I'm really, everyone loves a wedding. Oh, if you, please, feel free to eat, and he'll start getting some food and putting it on his plate. Just a little bit, but not very much. Well, I guess I just wanted this plane hasn't had visitors for quite some time, and I just wanted to meet the new people and just learn more about you. Found it fascinating. It seems the guards are in an uproar, believe that you're the cause for some of the city's current troubles, recent troubles.
Oh, we wouldn't want to take that credit away from you.
Interesting. What do you mean?
Oh, sorry. And Yvonne will wink like outrageously at Lord Callum and then go back to looking at the sky.
You're a funny one. Yes. So, I mean, I've heard that you've came here to, from everything from to sightsee, to find a book, to exploring the plane for some benefactor. So many stories and so many reasons. I guess I'd just love to get down to what the real reason is.
Well, seeing that Giovanni is engrossed in the stars, Drexel will. Indeed, initially we were here to seek a book of a roster of Dragonborn who had forsaken their oaths, and by a group seeking artifacts of that sort. And then we just found ourselves observing the comings and goings of this city and the strange activities with the animals, which I'm sure you are fully aware of.
Animals and strange activity.
Yes. Friends of yours.
Fascinating. Please, tell me more. I mean, the guards have told me, but what have you experienced?
Well, in the city, at least, animals foraging for food because there's nothing in the forest left.
Oh, yes. The animal problem.
Which we have come to understand you're partially responsible for.
Whatever do you mean by that?
Well, when you keep recycling citizens and abandoning them to the forest to be turned into animals, eventually you'll reach an imbalance.
What a lavish story you weave.
Oh, we've talked to the animals.
Interesting. So you talk to animals everywhere you go, I take it.
Only
Oh.
ones in distress.
Yes, distress. Animals
And
seem to
massive,
get into distress a lot, I've come to find. It's not easy being a beast, right?
especially when you're involuntarily turned into one.
Oh, that is a trick, isn't it?
A rather nasty one.
I mean, if I had the power to make so many into animals, then gosh, I mean, what I could do.
I fear the worst phrase is, "What have you done?"
Oh. Dacos will speak up. And we've we've talked to your guards too. They said they know all about it. The guards like to feed into people's imaginations. What else are they to do? Their job is quite boring. Not much to do when running a kingdom that basically runs itself. Not running a kingdom, but,
Well, I can
guarding a kingdom.
assure you something that's not a story. We
Yes.
personally witnessed the burial grounds inside the forest. We've personally witnessed these warforged under the guard supervision bring some of these animals to a torture cage and burn them for no reason.
What allegations? Well, the burial grounds, I'll say, we've had a lot of, surprisingly in the past 10 years, a lot of death. Some
we're
plague.
under the impression it's been going on for way more than 10 years.
And who told you that?
We witnessed it.
You witnessed
Graves.
it. The graves,
Yes.
right. But, I mean, who
Older
told
and
you?
older and older as we progress through the forest.
We do have a lot of people that like to keep to old customs here, so they may have wanted to bury their dead. They make it look older, more archaic. Did you ever think about that?
Drexel, I don't think he's arguing with you. I think he's trying to figure out what it is you already know.
I believe you're right.
That star isn't right, is it? Oh, wait, maybe it is. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, you'll see the same flashes, Yvonne, of like, it looks like a moving night sky. Every few bit, though, you'll see something that just makes it look like the sky outside. Similar to what you saw in the throne room.
After Yvonne said that, Drexen will say to Callum, "Well, let me assure you that working with our benefactors, anything and everything we experienced and saw has been relayed to them."
Ooh,
So
scary. Who is this benefactor that has sent you here?
Accordion. Zoland.
Cordia Zoland. And is she fierce? Someone to fear? Should I be afraid?
Is that really how we measure people? That's really depressing.
Agreed.
And Dacos, what do you want with us? Oh. Well, I guess I just wanted to meet you. I mean, it's been a fascinating listen as the guards have told me about you and have informed me of, well, the chaos that's ensued since you got here. The animals have ramped up. I believe they said that you kind of made Lyra a bit upset, my dear Lyra, a bit upset at the dance the other night by saying things to her. Yes, it seems that you've only made things worse. Dakos will say, then can we be on our way to enjoy the city freely then? Oh. Oh, I was kind of hoping you'd stay for the wedding. Wouldn't you like to see a wedding? Of
We don't have
Lyra?
anything to wear.
Oh, no bother there. You can wear what you want. The people of the city will be at the wedding. They're not going to be dressing up. You will be welcome as you are. But I thought that, maybe you could stay all night here at the estate and be here in the morning for when it happens. I want to assure you, Mirren is will be a wonderful match for Lyra. So if you're concerned about that, I've matched her well. Quinn was only messing with her mind. Not the best. And Lyra deserves the best. I'm willing to, spend some time with you here if you have anything else that you would like to talk about, or I can dismiss you to your chamber.
Do the chambers have ceilings like this one?
It does have a ceiling, yes. But not like this, no. You can't have ceilings like this all over the estate, or then people wouldn't be as interested in them as you are here. It would just be every day.
Yeah, weird that people. Oh, you're from the Fae. Do you have real skies? Because this isn't real. And I do look at the real sky every day. But this is a pale imitation, like a lot of things in this semi-plane.
Well, I'll let you in on a secret, Giovanni.
Oh, a secret.
What you're seeing up there, what you see outside, that is only a copy. So yes, it is just kind of a painting of a sky. These, however, and the one in the throne room, and I believe there's one on the second floor, are sort of magical windows into a sky in the Feywild. My gift to Lyra. Oh, one of my gifts, besides this estate and the plane. But I figured she'd want to see the night sky every once in a while from her homeland. Wasn't that nice of me? Wow.
I don't know. I prefer it be shared with everyone, but I suppose it's a pittance. It's something.
Yes. I heard you went out to the woods. Well, you said you went out to the woods. You said that you talked with some animals, saw some ghosts. What a sight. Was that all that you found out there? Find anything else interesting?
What should we have seen? Why don't you tell us what we missed?
Well, I don't know. I mean, some of these things that you speak of, I haven't seen myself.
Okay.
Well, again, I would love for you to be there at the wedding, and I think I'm going to have to insist you be there for the wedding. After all, I wouldn't want you to be going around the city causing any more trouble, or talking to Lyra and causing any more trouble, as you already have, filling her head with lies that you think and that you say are the truth. Now give a smirk at you, Drexlin, specifically. Well, I believe we're done here. And he'll stand.
Well, we were done before we came in, but thanks for the food and the ceiling. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Well. And you'll see he'll kind of look at the guards and give a nod, and you'll see them kind of close in on the table. He'll kind of adjust his sleeve a bit. Well, I guess, if I see you tomorrow morning, if you have a good enough night, then we'll enjoy wedding together. Although I kind of highly doubt that you'll see the wedding. Well, good night. It was a pleasure meeting you, and look at you, Drexlin. I'll be sure to look up your benefactor and be sure to send what's left. And he will exit out of the guards as they continue to close in. There is probably enough for about 2 guards per each of you. They will cuff you with some, or just put some chains around you, around your hands. And will, chaining your hands together. I don't know what they call them, and we'll just say shackles. There you go. Thank you, Frank. It was all I could think of was like handcuffs.
Fantasy handcuffs.
Fantasy handcuffs. The guards will shackle you, just your wrists together so that you can freely walk, but will again form that very tight circle around you. Joe will probably make some kind of comment like, "Oh, not too tight, please," and will start guiding you out of the banquet room. Lord Callum is nowhere to be seen. But they'll exit you out of the banquet room and actually take you, make a right there, which you haven't been in this part of the hallway. Kind of still going around that menagerie in the center there. And to a set of stairs that seem to just kind of circle down. There's a staircase going up, but this one circles down, kind of like almost around the menagerie that kind of ends under this floor. But obviously leading you down, it's just one floor, but it's a pretty elongated floor into what you would assume is probably the basement, because you were on the first floor before. As they lead you down into the basement, you'll see this very interesting well kind of in the center of this kind of very wide spiral staircase. And they will take you past that. And let's see here, which room are they taking you to? Oh yeah, and taking you through a couple. That's the first floor. That's why I'm getting confused here. They'll take you down a hallway and into towards this kind of wider opened room, which will take you through a gate. Looks like. I'll say won't even have y'all roll, but it looks like a double gate into this bigger room. And we'll take you in there and I'm going to say they're going to take you inside the room, close one gate. You'll see one of the guards throw down a few keys and then close the second gate. So if you're looking at let me go to the battle map here just so people, we don't need to do that yet. But y'all seeing it on your map here. So they are taking you inside. They'll kind of just stand you here. You're all still shackled with your wrists in front. And so here's the double gate here. So they're both closed now, but there are some keys on the floor in the center, and the 2 gates are just like iron bar gates. Like you won't be able to fit through them yourself. But maybe a small animal could. And those are both closed. So the room is as big as you see it. Cobblestone floor, stone and cobblestone, kind of a ceiling that kind of arches a bit at the very top, probably about 50 feet high, I would say, maybe about 40 feet. And at the end of the room, so probably about 55 feet away from you is another larger iron gate. Manacles. Yes. Do you need caught up on anything, Dan? I know you had your AirPods.
No, I've been listening. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Any questions, Dan?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank
Or
you.
anything that you want to
Thank you very much.
retcon that didn't happen?
Nope.
Okay.
No, thank you for letting me text you and stuff.
Okay. All right. And you will hear some laughing as the guards exit. I will say that on your way to this room, you did not see any guards. And the 10 guards that brought you down here all seem to be exiting at least right there in front of the gates. And you'll hear them kind of talking and laughing in the distance, with some footsteps echoing through. There's very low lighting in here, but I'm not low lighting, but I'm not going to consider it as like, dim lighting. But there are some, we'll say some like candelabras or some candlesticks on the wall, or some torches probably is more or less what would be down here. So probably like 8 torches on the wall.
Any difficulty in getting the chains off of our hands? Like, are we locked? Or are we tied?
They are
or
locked. It's shackles. So it does have a lock on them, and it's just like 2 iron bars, just kind of like, or iron wristlets around your wrist, and then some like a chain looping around that connects them, that you can tell. And those are chained in front of you, not behind you. Yeah, take it. Whatever you want to do from here. As of right now, there's nothing else going on.
Okay. And just because I'm so sorry, I heard
No.
the description of like the room and stuff, but the people in here, is it just us or these stones or other people?
It's just you in this, and just you in the room right now. There's a gate.
Okay.
I said that there's a gate on the other side of the room there. Right here. But besides that, it's just the gates behind you. Nothing else other than torches and rocks.
Cloak up to see if there's anyone or anything invisible in here.
And that just allows you to see things invisible, right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
And in the astral plane.
Okay.
And stuff. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Now there's nothing, no one invisible in here.
Drexel will walk to the other gate to see what he can see at the other gate.
Okay.
The far end, the eastern gate, I guess you would call it.
Yes. Here, let's do this because I forgot to do this before. Let's see here. Nope, that's north.
That's north.
Oh, well, you can't see an orange marker. What? Okay, here we go. How to make an N sideways. Okay. Yeah, this is
Impressive.
fun.
So yeah, the other gate, not the double one, the
Okay.
other one at the other side of the room.
Yeah, so we'll say I'm going to place you over there. You head over to the gate on the other side of the room. And as you peer in, Drexel, you do see it's very dark. Do you have dark vision?
That's an excellent question. I don't believe so. It does not
Okay.
say I have dark vision. Okay, so I do not have dark vision.
It's very dark. Probably, maybe you would maybe guess about 20 or more feet in, you see a very soft red glow. It's not it. It kind of looks like that. It's like being bounced off of some of the bricks, maybe it kind of leads into almost like a little alcove of sorts.
I'll just quickly ask the others. Anyone here have dark vision? Can see there's something,
yes.
but I can slightly make something out, but I can't really make out what it is.
Oh, yeah, let me put my keen eye to it, Drexel. Let's take a look. I'll walk up next to Drexel and take a look. So I've got like 120 feet of that with his cloak and invisibility and astral plane.
Drexlin, I mean, Drexlin, Dacos, you see about 60 feet in to this alcove that there is, or about 50, yeah, that's 60. That you do see something that's what's giving off the red glow, and it looks like a very, very large creature. You'll see a lot of feathers.
Oh,
Let me get this pulled up. I somehow lost what I was looking at. Is that it? No, I've moved it. There we are. Yes. Large creature. You'll see a lot of feathers, but it's a little hard to make out exactly what it is. Maybe wings you can make out.
anything akin to the phoenix we saw?
Similar. It's kind of on the ground. What you would think of like a bird sleeping.
Okay. Excellent. It's rather. Is it a pretty big creature? Is it like phoenix size? Like last
It's large.
That's a rather large creature that we see. That red glow. It has wings. It appears, and feathers. It could be the other wife, the other phoenix, but I can't make it out clearly enough to know for sure whether it's a phoenix or not.
May I ask?
Not unless we.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
Not unless anyone has that handy light spell. You can put it on a stone or coin and throw it down the hall and see better.
Perhaps before we do that, we should focus on freeing our hands.
Yes.
Yol, are you able to perhaps overpower this or something? I don't.
I can see if I am strong enough to do that. Yes. There's also keys over there that we could try to get if I can't. But I will try to do what I can.
It's strange that maybe they're looking to help us out by leaving the keys. I mean, I can. Oh, go ahead. Please.
I can make pretty short work of those keys.
Oh.
Sorry, I had Yo's character sheet pulled up, and then I think I rage quit out of it or something. It was there. It just wasn't there when I went to look for it. So Yo will try to. Oh baby. He tries. Oh. I don't think I don't think I can get it.
Oh, it's all right. Lev's got an idea. Please, Lev, have at it.
Can I cast Unseen Servant on the other side of this this gate?
I wouldn't see why not. I mean, it's not a wall. It's yeah.
I think I just have to be able to see where I
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So it has an AC of 10 and 1 hit point and a strength of 2, which I hope can pick up.
Actually, you know what, Lev? Before you do that, I'm gonna say that the squirrel will get out. You'll see like Drexlin and Lev. You'll see a squirrel jump out of Dacos's bag, and will run over to the kind of look around first, but then we'll run over to the gate and kind of squeeze through the bars, kind of, and push the keys under and towards y'all. So the squirrel, that Lev and Drexlin again, y'all do not, don't know. We'll be pushing the keys towards you, and we'll bring them about 5 feet from you.
Oh, hello, friend. And I'll give it like a little piece of ration.
That was helpful.
Where'd you come from?
Oh, do be careful, milady.
I'll look at Java like, what?
The squirrel will kind of run over to the other gate that I'll say is made a little bit differently, so the squirrel can't get through that one, but to the gate on the other side of the room. and we'll look through the bars there. Who had? Did I ask you who has the bag, or who? I guess you'd have to. Yeah, who has the bag to Accordia?
Think Drexlin?
Yeah, we could just say that. I don't have it in my inventory, so
Mm.
it might be someone else, Yo, or something.
Oh, maybe Yo. Yeah, I've got a standard bag of holding, but not the one that
He
moves
doesn't
things.
have it. He doesn't have it in his inventory either. Y'all gotta keep track of what's in your inventory.
Did we accidentally put one bag of holding into another?
Well, I'll say. I mean, I would say Gio has it. Gio will. Oh, guys, I think that there's something, and he'll pull out. He'll pull out a ring. That is kind of tied to a rolled up note. And he'll give it over to whoever wants to take it.
Giovanni's working with the keys right now.
All right, Drexel will take it.
Okay. Are your hands still shackled, Drexlin?
Yep, until we get the keys. Yes. Yeah, so.
Okay. Well, I'd say that you can probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the note says here, this may help you just in case. And will kind of have a little asterisk and say ring of spell storing. Has protection from evil and good. That can stop the charming, that can stop what the spell can do. So it stops charming possesses effect for 10 minutes. 2 uses of that, and also 3 uses of locate object is stored within the ring. Also, she notes in there that she has told her contact and that he said that he's on his way.
And it's
That's
signed
very
by. Is it
interesting.
signed or just?
Say it's signed by Accordia.
Okay.
And then tied to it is the ring, which is, you would assume the ring is spell storing.
What a relief.
All right, I'll give the ring to Lev.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lev.
The squirrel will suddenly turn into Kasula. Or Kasula will revert her squirrel druid form. Yes, I thought that it would be probably best if I hid myself from
Indeed.
Callum.
Yes.
I just hope I don't think that they're not really much ones for peering through peepholes, so I think that we should be okay.
All right.
Besides, I think they think that that's... And she kind of nods towards the other gate. I believe that that is probably Narathana. Unfortunately, Oh, yes. Unfortunately, I don't think that... Well, I think that I mentioned that she was very... And she'll kind of lower her voice a bit, just kind of instinctively. She wasn't really herself when she left, and I believe that she may be being controlled. But also, even besides that, I think that she's also just not... I mean, after being a phoenix for so long, that she just... There towards the end, even before she left, she wasn't quite all there. I think it was getting to her.
Mm.
So we might want to be prepared. With my
Yeah, I hate to think of that.
experience, I feel that maybe if we can wear her down a bit, if they do open the gate, which I'm assuming that's why they put us here in this room,
Mm.
with it, expecting it to take us out, especially after what I believe I heard muffled what Callum said about not thinking that he would see you tomorrow. He wouldn't do it unless he felt assured that. Anyways, I think that if we maybe wear her down a bit, that we might be able to break some of the control. But I will caution, I don't think that we will be able to do that right away, just from my own experience with charm spells and the like. Does that make sense?
Do you think? Do you think maybe the ring will give us an opportunity?
Well, she didn't read the note, so what?
Oh,
What
I'm
way?
sorry. I'm sorry. I'll explain to Lady Kasula that we were sent a ring of protection from good and evil, evil and good, I should say, and that it does have some effect on people who are charmed.
Yes,
Mm.
I fear. I mean, we can definitely try that at first if you think. But from my, I fear that the hold might be too strong to do it right away, and that um, I don't think it'll work right off. But maybe a little bit later, once we have weakened her a bit. I mean, I don't like to think that we'll have to, but I fear that that's what this has come to.
Understood. Wear her down. Use the spell to, once weakened, to remove, hopefully, the hold, the curse. As,
Should
I think we
I?
have more than one charge. Mm.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, DM, yes, you have two. There's two in the note, which I'm sure Jackson would have shared. Accordia would have put there's two uses of the protection from evil and good, and three uses of a locate object.
Sorry, I was just like Drexel, RP for Drexel.
Okay.
I was just throwing
Sorry.
Thank you, though. No, it's okay. Thank you.
Idea, Kasula says. Do you want me, since they didn't see me, I don't believe, or else I believe that they would have said something that I was missing when they brought us into the banquet hall. Everything's changed so much here. Should I try to change back into a squirrel or into something small to go and find? I don't know. Can any of you change at all, or am I the only one with that ability here?
I cannot.
Okay.
I'll look to the others. Yeah.
Not I. Sorry.
I just wonder if we need to do something with the music box before we're able to get entirely through to her.
It seemed to have a great effect on you, so I would assume that's.
I don't know where they keep it here. That's the problem. I'd have to. It might take some time.
Well, we with that ring has a locate object in it that would help you.
I would have to take it with me, so you wouldn't have the ring to break the charm effect. Unless you wanted me to take it with me and then come back.
I think you should take it with you. I think destroying the box is more important than perhaps even our lives.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll have to be sneaky and break out of my form to use the ring, but I believe I can do it. There's enough. He can't have guards everywhere. There's simply not enough of them. But I do say that they have grown in number since my time here. He was always paranoid.
Could you perhaps the form of a, if possible, I don't know your skill set, but a rat or something that can go within the walls, so that you are not you run no risk of being captured until you need to exit into the room, Lyra's room.
I
Perhaps.
can do that. I can change it to a rat, sure. Okay.
If it's helpful, anyway.
Just hope I don't run into Lyra. She has a fear of rodents. Or she used to when she was younger. Okay.
Oh, I see.
I can do that. I guess there's really no way for me to let you know. Let me see. Actually, let me take a look at her stuff. She might actually have sending or something. Let me see here. Let me just open up a new window in OneNote. It's fine. I can have 10 of them open, right?
Absolutely.
All right, let me see here what she has.
You can always download more RAM.
Exactly. 1%.
Nice.
Just right away. Just while we're streaming, I'll just download
Right.
some more RAM. So managing. Let's take away. Okay, so she unfortunately does not have. So I don't really have a way to contact you. To let you know that hopefully once it's broken you'll know. I would hope. Okay. Well,
We'll keep a close eye on Narathana, see if we see any marked changes.
please. And just, don't just be wary of how she looks and, try not to. Of course, I don't know. I may be able to, if you bring her down completely, I may be able to. I do have a curing spell, so I can try to bring her back, if so. Thank you, Ed.
Please make post haste once, at least to return the ring, as I fear we'll need it.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
feel free to, if you're in your form and you're able to speak with Lyra and you wish to flee with Lyra, make all plans to return and do so. But please, if you can return the ring first, safely, please do.
I fear this won't stop until something is done.
It
I
does
don't-
seem that way.
I know that Lord Callum he is very, very powerful. But from what I know, is that, I believe I told you, Mayor Narathana is part, or was in line to be of the Sealy Court. She has a lot of power out of her phoenix form. Or hopefully she still does. She might be able to maybe weaken him if we can get her free.
So a friend and a powerful ally then.
Yes. Yes. As
Excellent.
any scorned woman is. Okay. And she'll just kind of transform back into a squirrel. In this kind of swirl of magic, and kind of with one look back, when she'll kind of wait at you, Draxlin, to give her the ring.
Okay. Well, I gave it to Lev, so Lev can.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go over to Love. Okay. Get into her mouth, and will well, not the squirrel, she was going to do the rat, so she would put the ring on her tail and then kind of swirl her tail
Nice.
up so it won't fall off, and we'll scuttle out easily through those two gates that y'all were brought in through. As she is exiting, you all notice kind of a bright red glow and hear this kind of weird chittering, almost like rustling of feathers from the other side of the room. And you'll also start hearing kind of a turning of wheels and chains as you see that the gate on the other side of the room is being raised. And let me actually switch over to battle because I want this to be 1 second.
This is what we've been waiting for.
It's here.
There we are.
This is your moment, Cam 2.
This
You've
is-
got this.
This
We
is
did
your
so well, Cam,
moment.
so-
This is your day. Let me just readjust it there a bit. Oh, it's gonna be actually. Okay, wait a minute. Y'all are gonna have to see my room, viewers. I'm sorry. Okay, we might have to readjust, but we'll see. So as that gate's being raised, you'll hear some more rustling of feathers and like talons hitting the cobblestone floor as out from that room.
Wow.
Beautiful.
There's this large phoenix stretching its wings in this fiery glow that just lights up the room, and you can feel the immediate heat from it from where you're standing, like 40 feet away. Drexel, I'll put you back here with the rest.
Okay.
It'll kind of just look at all of you and kind of with these glowy red eyes and just and kind of flap its wings a couple of times and look a bit panicked at just from the space and a little confused, but will kind of like look to the 5 of you and focus in. And yes, let me just readjust the camera here. I don't know if I can't zoom out any farther on this one, which is a bummer. On the camera for the audience.
Nice.
What's she gonna do?
I just looked at the stream. Very nice.
Right? It's beautiful.
Here, I'll give y'all a close up really quick of just what this looks like.
Nice.
Yeah,
Really
so-
nice.
There you go.
Gorgeous.
All right. And that brings us into initiative. So everyone roll initiative for me, please.
As just before we do that, I'll ask Lev, how are we making out with those keys?
Wait. I thought we already had them.
We had like an entire conversation.
Yeah,
If we didn't
I would-
unlock ourselves
I
over
would
the course of
say
that.
Okay.
I would say
Yeah.
that y'all are unlocked. You're
Okay. Woo!
Because there was a whole
Double check it,
conversation
yeah.
there. If someone lulled in like unlocking yourself, then that's your own problem. That
Okay.
sounds like a you problem.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Oh, jeez.
All right. So roll initiative, and I'll come around and get your rolls here as soon as I get this thing's information up. Oh, and Joe's information. Put that right there too. Beautiful. All right. I'm going to roll for you, Joe. Oh. Oh. And for this thing. Ooh. Oh, crap. Okay. And Lab, what did you roll for initiative?
I got a dozen initiatives.
Oh, jeez.
You
Big
had
rolls.
what initiative?
I got 12.
Okay. And Yavani
15.
and Drexlin.
A 3.
Oh, bless.
I feel you, Jason.
And Dakos.
7. A whopping 7.
All right. Let's get rolling. All right, so first in initiative is the Phoenix, and then Joe, and then Yavani, and then Lev. All right, here. Let me just make sure that that's still good. Yeah. And all right. So yeah, this thing first. Casting. Oh. Okay. So the Phoenix is gonna kind of flutter its wings towards you and give out this like screech. And you will see a kind of burst of flames coming to actually would have to fly a little bit closer. Yeah. What is its movement speed? Okay. Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's going to actually, I think I have room to spare. And yeah. Not within 5 feet of any of you. Okay. Okay, so this one actually only hit because this is 10 foot, so it actually hit Dakos, Joe, and Drexlin. You will see this kind of burst of flames come out from the creature, from the Phoenix. And please make a dexterity saving throw for me, Dakos and Drexlin.
Okay, Dakos, if you're within 10 feet of me, you have a +3.
That's where I should probably roll in here anyway.
Dakos is within 10 feet from you. Did you hear the +3, Dan?
I did. Thank you very much. Excellent.
Let me just see if this one made it. I think so. He should have, but he might not have. Nope. Yeah. What did you roll, Drexlin?
An 8.
And what did you roll, Dakos?
28. And I have evasion at level 7, so when I succeed, I take no damage. I roll that as away entirely.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. Super good. All right. So
behind Drexlin, no, just kidding.
yeah, behind Drexlin, obviously, because yeah.
I'm sorry, Drexlin. No, not really.
All right. I will save. I don't think that it doesn't look like that Joe has anything that will help him out because he failed as well. And he's not within 10 feet of Dakos. I mean, Drexlin, unfortunately. All right. So that is 3. All right, that is 15 fire damage to Dakos. I mean, not to Dakos, to Drexlin and to Joe.
Okay.
Okay, just trying to keep score for him. All right, and let's Seeing that it still has 10 feet left and it's not within 5 feet of any of you, it's going to fly back another 10 feet. So we kind of see it kind of go back about 10 feet, flutter back from you. So that brings us to Jill. I'm going to make a call here and just if we can have Yvonne go and Lev go really quick, so that way I can figure out, since I'm unaware of Joe's stuff, just so I can figure out what they're going to do. So Yvonne, if you want to go, and then we'll have Lev, and then I'll try to have Joe ready.
No problem. Giovanni looks at the Phoenix with no particular surprise, just a sense of calm. And as he just stands there for a moment, it seems like he's doing nothing, and then his form starts to fade into a starry form of a dragon, but it looks a little bit like a phoenix, maybe if you squint a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Having completed his transformation into star form, he raises his hands, and directly in front of the phoenix, a figure that looks a little bit like a dwarf appears. It has a fiery warhammer, and its hair and beard are of pure flame.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yo.
Nice. And is that something that stays there within 5 feet of the phoenix?
Yes.
Okay. A little dwarf there. So does it do any damage right now? Or is it after your turn, Giovanni?
It rolls its own initiative, which I will do now.
Okay. Look at that wee little dwarf in front of that.
That is a 5 for initiative.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Okay. Anything else for your turn, Giovanni?
Can you point out to me which one is Drexlin?
Yes, Drexlin is this one right here.
Okay, in which case Giovanni is pretty happy hiding behind him and will stay exactly where he is.
Okay, nice. All right, now it is Lev's turn. And then Dakos, just get ready because you'll be soon.
Okay, thank you.
No one's had a chance to attack the Phoenix yet, right?
Nope. Correct.
Cool. Lev, let's see. I think I see him. Can he scoot right by the back gate there?
Sure.
And
You
then
just want to
he'll
get right up
cast-
against it?
Yeah, just 3 steps back. Yep.
Okay.
Perfect. He's gonna cast Mind Sliver, so that'll be Intelligence 15 saving throw.
It made it.
Okay. And I think that is it then.
Okay. All right.
Yep, it doesn't. It's a cantrip, so it doesn't have to save for half. Awesome. Okay.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
That is me.
All right. Why don't we go ahead and do Dakos? And I'm still looking at Yo's sheet here.
Okay.
Sorry, we were kind of quick.
Oh, you're okay. So it'll be Dakos next, and then Joe somewhere, but then the dwarf, and then Drexlin, just so that y'all ready.
Okay. And where? Can you please point out Dakos on the map?
Dakos is right there.
Oh, perfect. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I feel like I can almost get behind it. I want to try and run around behind it as best I can.
Okay.
I think I can only make it to the back corner.
So
but
what's
whatever
your
I can get to back
running
there.
speed?
30. Yes, 30.
Yeah, so you can get to either one of the corners behind it right there.
Okay. Is anybody in front engaged with it, or everyone has a little space between it and themselves, right?
Yeah, no one's The only thing close enough, like within 5 feet of it, is that starlight dwarf.
Yeezer.
Okay, does that I guess it's an ally, right?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay. Then I will begin trying to damage it in a way where I'm not doing anything permanent, just for flavor anyway. I'm not trying to like open an artery, but I'm going to start attacking it, trying to inflict some wounds to weaken it, make it a little harder to walk along the ground and stuff, things like that. If I can hit it here, natural one for my first attack.
Poor thing.
And a natural 20 for the second.
Nice. Congrats.
Oh, all right. So let's see if it's automatically going to do this for the damage here. Oh, did. Yeah, that did. Pathetic damage. Okay, 9 whopping points.
Oh, good job.
Slashing damage. However, I'm going to add my I'm going to features and traits here. I'm going to add my sneak attack. It doesn't let me do that here, so I'm going to have to just hand roll that, I guess. All right, 5, 6, 10, 11 points of I guess it's just the same damage of slashing damage on top of that for my sneak attack. And I'm going to use 1 Wails from the Grave as I whisper with the second sneak attack I didn't expect. Some secrets passed along by death themselves.
Ooh.
And try and washes it over, pulls part of it down into the depths, dealing some necrotic damage. Let's see. Second creature takes 1d6. Also deal with
Before you completely lose it out of your head, Dan, unless you already have, what was the last damage you said? Like you said the first one, and there was a second one. Oh,
the
no.
sneak attack?
Yeah, how much was sneak attack?
I feel like it was 11. I remember getting to
Okay.
10 and rolling another dice, but I think
and that's slashing damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So I will say that you would be able to tell the slashing damage doesn't seem to quite get it all the way. You know,
Gotcha.
it does some damage, but not all the damage it could.
Okay. 8 points of necrotic damage on top of that.
And then necrotic damage does good. It completely goes.
Good.
So let's see here. Sorry, mathing. 8 points of necrotic damage. 8.
I'm not going to sheathe my swords. I usually do a bit of a quick draw, but I'm going to keep them out for defense since this bird is fire and dangerous.
Okay.
But that will end my turn.
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and just try to figure out something for show here. Let's see here. Oh, he does have these, doesn't he? Oh, he leveled him up to level 7.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Let's see here. Let's see here. What kind of damage is this? This is rate. Okay. All right. So I think that this would probably be a good thing for them to do. Joe will look at the creature and is going to cast a spell, and you'll see this 40-foot high cylinder of light in a 5-foot radius kind of beam up from the Phoenix. Starts there. It is called. Teacher enters this buzz here for the first time. It starts its turn there. Is caught in ghostly flames. Does that not do anything this time? Oh no, I guess it does.
The moonbeam?
Yeah, I think it's only when they start their turn, I think.
Oh, I'm trying to revert it
When a
to its
creature-
true form. Damn.
Spells area for the first time on a turn, or it starts its turn there. It is engulfed in ghostly flames. D10 radiant damage and a failed save.
It feels the true form, I think, too.
Saving throw disadvantage. Okay.
It's exciting.
When I do Moonbeam, of course it's.
It doesn't say that it takes damage when you first do it. It says when a creature enters it first or starts its turn there. Enters it for the first time. I mean, I guess you could see this as being entering as the first time, Dan.
I'd be a DM call. I mean, it's a spell expended, so I usually lean towards they've entered
I feel like
it.
that's right. It takes 2 radiant damage and a failed save. Okay, so it has to make a saving throw. Oh, fuck. Okay, sorry.
New skills.
It did not fail that save. It was a natural 20.
Wow.
So half as much. So 2d10.
I hope we're all ready to roll new characters.
14.
We'll be wedding goers. Like, this doesn't feel right.
So
Let's put an end to this.
7. Okay. How are we doing? Okay. So that brings us to what's the dwarf's name again, Giovanni? I'll write it down.
It doesn't. Oh,
Your
I haven't
star
given it a
dwarf.
name yet.
Okay, no name.
Azer the Laser.
Azer the Laser.
Oh!
So it is Azer the Laser's Jesus. Turn, and then Drexlin, and then we're back up to the Phoenix and Gio. Well, the Phoenix and Giovanni. I'm just going to change Gio to down here.
Okay. The Azer will take a swing at the Phoenix with his Warhammer. Wait, does he get 1 attack or 2? You know what? He will take a 2-handed attack.
Okay. The best attack.
And that is a natural 1. So, true to his name, he's a little lazy, and he kind of takes a half-hearted swing.
Okay.
And misses.
All right. So you see this beautiful star dwarf just kind of whiff at the Phoenix. We'll say that as it swings, like the Phoenix kind of like rises and falls, like with its kind of hovering there. All right. Anything else for the for Azer the Laser?
He's standing his ground.
Okay. So it's
and by the way, this is Giovanni will basically tell him stand there and fight. So he's following commands.
Okay.
Nice.
Drexlin's turn, and then the Phoenix, and then Giovanni.
Okay. I will. It doesn't really matter that those things have 15 feet of reach, so might as well get in there. I'll get up, not adjacent, but across from Dacos, so he gets flanking.
The flank. Okay.
And then I will sort of like twist a little bit, and so Dacos isn't effective, and I will use my psychic breath on the Phoenix.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. Okay. Use that psychic breath. What does that do?
Dex save of 14. And it's 2d10 damage.
It failed.
All right, so it's taking the full boat. 9. I wonder if that's does that count as a successful attack? Can I smite that?
I mean,
let me read Divine Smite for a second. Oh, it's only a melee attack. Never mind. Okay, so that's when you take an attack action, you can replace. All right, so I still have another attack.
Nice.
So the
You know what?
9, what? So your previous
That was psychic
damage,
damage.
psychic damage. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And you know what? Another attack, another psychic breath. I only get 3 of them, so this will be 2 of them.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. $15 damage psychic.
All right.
Beautiful.
And free action, I will use my telepathy to say to the to the Phoenix, um, Nirathana. We're just trying to break your chains. Kusula is here.
Mm.
And that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You won't see any response from the Phoenix when you say that, Drexlin.
Okay. Just
It's
flavor or yeah.
exactly, yeah. All right, so that brings us back up to the Phoenix, and then Yavani, and then Lev. So let's see here. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay. Phoenix is going to. I don't even have a chance to look at that. All right, we're gonna say that the Phoenix is going to 1 creature damage, attack, save to hit. All right, Phoenix is gonna turn to you, Drexlin,
Of course.
and is going to. Does a 20 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right, so that is 18 points of fire damage to Drexlin. So you'll see, and that was with its wing. So you'll see the wing kind of flap down towards you and kind of knock you a bit, and you'll feel that kind of burning sensation.
Okay.
On your clothes, not in your crotch.
Yikes.
Stranger felt
Hey, Alec.
Nice, yeah.
What a time to walk in. Welcome.
What a time to walk in. All right, and I don't think that it has anything else there. Okay, so that's it for the Phoenix. Now it is Yavani, then Lev, and just to give, so Yavani, Lev, then Dakos, then Joe.
Okay.
Okay.
Yavani, from where he is in his starry phoenix form, will point at the phoenix and launch a guiding bolt.
Okay.
That is a ranged spell attack.
Excuse me.
That is a 27 to hit.
27 hit.
Nice.
Beauteous.
13 radiant damage.
All right, 13 radiant damage. Great. All right. Anything else
And
your
that
turn?
nope, that's it. Giovanni will stand his ground.
Okay. All right, so that brings us to Lev, and then Dacos, and then Jill. I'll get this
Nice.
out. Okay, get everyone in there.
I've been muted.
Oh no!
No.
This is a gate that I'm in front of.
Curses.
What do I see the mechanism and what prevents us from opening it?
What are you doing? The gate?
Yes, the gate.
Okay. You do not see the mechanism, no. Make an investigation check if you want to. If you want to take a closer look.
Let's see, investigation. Okay, not too bad. Let's see. 24.
Okay. So you are able to see that it looks like that the gate's mechanisms are probably hidden within the wall. You see a few chains going into the wall, but you can't really see, of course, past that.
Okay. So it's probably operated remotely then. You mentioned there were some chains. Does it look like my mage hand could fit in the gap, or probably no? It's a really tight space.
It's a really tight space. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. We'll keep on pewing.
Okay.
Let's go for Toll the Dead, Wisdom 15 saving throw, please.
Okay. Ooh. Oh. That is a fail.
Awesome. So let's see here. So it'll be 2d12s worth of damage. This is the one thing that D&D Beyond doesn't really do very well. The scaling.
Mm-hmm.
While I was figuring that out, I had Yo use Moonbeam. So
Okay.
Moonbeam is currently up.
15 points of damage.
Okay. And what kind of damage is that?
Necrotic.
Okay. Great. All right. Anything else for your turn, Lev?
No, I think Lev is just going to stay where he is.
All right. Then it is Dacos' and Gio's turn.
Okay. Well, I will try and attack now with advantage. Thank you, Drexland. Once again with a slash as best I can. Let me just right click and do advantage. 12. Rolled 6 twice.
Hey,
Okay.
12 does not hit.
Okay, and I stumble. I really am just so, in my feels reticent about like attacking a phoenix, but here we
Sure.
are. So I tried with my second attack.
Okay.
14.
14 does not hit.
Yep. Whiff again entirely. And with advantage. And I'll just this time I'll sheath my sword. It's like, okay, back to basics.
Okay.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. Oh, Giovanni, you're standing in between two things there. There you go. All right, so you see Dacos just kind of like give a sigh and sheath his swords across the room. That brings us to Gio, and then to Azor the Laser and Drexlin.
So is Yo the one standing at the back of the Phoenix right now?
Nope, Gio is right here.
All right. Can Yo move forward so that I believe I'm counting the hexes right? even in melee with the Phoenix right under its wing, he should be within 30. Oh,
Right there?
nailed it.
Okay.
Maybe one hex further down from the camera perspective, further south.
There's a dwarf there. There's a
I see.
starlight dwarf Azor the Laser there from Yavani.
Extremely camouflaged.
Yes.
So yeah, Yo is just going to charge up to the Phoenix, but instead of swinging his battle axe, he's actually going to slam the hilt down into the ground. What time of day is it right now, or of night? Sorry, I know I'm coming in.
You would have came into this place. I think it would be like probably later in the day. I think.
Okay. So for a moment, within like 30 yards of him, or 30 feet, it's almost like a cloud has passed over the sun. It just gets a little bit dimmer and kind of a little cooler, but not like uncomfortably cool. And it just feels a little more quiet. And he's going to use his channel divinity to do Twilight Shroud. So everybody within 30 feet of him gets temporary hit points equal to 1d6 plus 7 every turn. And they are immune to effects causing them to be charmed or frightened. Which I don't think is relevant here, but the temporary hit points maybe.
Oh.
That
might affect the
Phoenix. Does not require concentration, lasts a minute, follows me as I move. And whenever a creature, including me, ends its turn within that radius, it can get 1d6 plus 7 temporary hit points. So I'll let everybody else roll that for themselves if they want to.
It
I'm
affects
just gonna roll it
everyone.
for me real quick.
It affects everyone but Lev.
Oh, okay. Is Lev?
I'm good. I'm
Okay.
totally good. Thank you.
That's fine. So I rolled a 1 on my 1d6, so I'm only getting 8 temporary hit points.
Same.
All right, hold on. D6.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
And bonus,
I
Alec.
roll.
I got a 1 too.
Nailing
You
it.
too, Frank? Oh my
You're all
gosh.
killing it, guys.
So 8 temps. I forget how. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
And for what it's worth, Alec, that might help even more than you think. Like later on, after we lessen this, we're trying to break it from being charmed. So like having that, immunity to it might help later once we wound it.
Does this affect the Azer?
I can choose who it affects or not. So
Got it.
if
Okay.
we want it to, it can.
Nice.
But I guess it's an or, not an and. So I can either grant it 1d6 plus 7 temporary hit points, or I can end a charm or frighten effect.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And what spell was that, Alec?
That's my channel divinity. My
your
unique
channel
one.
divinity. Oh, okay, cool. So it's not concentration, right?
Nope. It's
Okay.
just for a minute it happens.
Okay. All right. Anything else for your turn, Alec?
That is a full action.
Alright.
I guess that's technically not a spell. So as a bonus action, well, we're not trying to kill the Phoenix, are we?
No, we're trying to wear it down. Whatever.
Oh, wear it down?
Yeah.
If we kill it, Cthulhu said
She
she
can-
could still help it.
I see. Yeah, then I'll use a bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon. And so again, like there's he like raises his bearded axe, but instead of actually swinging it, it's just kind of like a ghostly after image of it that swings forward instead. And so that'll just be 1d8 plus 4 damage, and that also doesn't require concentration because clerics apparently aren't good at concentrating or don't need to concentrate.
As opposed to paladins who concentrate on everything.
Yeah. That's not my fault. That's Paladin's fault. Should have
Oh.
Yeah, true enough.
paid attention in cleric school. That's gonna be a 16 to hit.
Okay. 16 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
I actually forgot to roll for the Phoenix on the Constitution saving throw for the Moonbeam.
Oh yeah, start of its turn. Yeah.
Okay. So we got hit again with the Moonbeam. quite yet. Right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So that brings us to Azor the Lazor, the dwarf, and Drexlin, and then we'll take a bio break.
Okay. Take a swing with the Warhammer.
Okay.
Okay, he's doubled his last roll, so that's a miss.
Oh, okay.
And he'll
Alright.
continue to stand his ground where he is.
All right. That brings us to Drexlin.
All right, my last breath attack, DC
Okay.
14 for the Phoenix.
Nice. I think my camera turned off or something for my DC 14. For what was the saving throw?
My breath attack, last breath attack.
I know.
I would say dexterity.
Okay. It rolled a 15.
All right, so it takes half damage.
Okay.
Half of 9.
Half of 9. All right.
Yep. And my second attack, all I'm left with is my Morning Star.
Oh, get it.
So roll to hit. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
All right. 1d8 6 piercing. 7 piercing, and I'm going to divine smite that at second level, which is 2d8.
What was that first number you said?
7.
Okay.
And that was 7 piercing.
7 piercing. You would notice it doesn't quite do as much damage as as other things.
All right, and my divine smite is 2d8. Where's the d8? Uh, 9, I believe the divine smite is radiant damage.
Okay. You said 9?
9.
Okay. So for everyone on the battlefield, give me 1 second here. I was trying to multitask, and that was a bad idea while mathing. Okay. So, as all of you in this round, in the Phoenix, you know that the Phoenix is about ready to attack again. You'll see it kind of, it's been kind of hovering just a foot or two above the ground thus far. Will kind of go to the ground a bit, like almost like it's a bit confused for just a moment before kind of pushing off with its foot and going back into its position of flapping its wings, and it kind of shakes its head, like trying to get itself back, before giving out another ah! And you'll see another kind of like burst of flames, like kind of rise up into the air from its wings. And that's what we'll take our bio break. So for those of you watching, we take a 10-minute bio break. So we will be right back in 10 minutes time. See you then.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
We can do this.
So the Phoenix is bloodied, like it is below half.
You know, I forgot I brought it up. I can't stand it. It was disturbing. It happened with like three different characters, two or three times. Can you stop right through the picture? No. Can I make your two something? Let's do this. I genuinely like the sound that people dance like I do love it. Actually, you just made dance.
Look at this huge box of sweet potato crackers I got.
Is it all box?
It's from Costco.
Oh, there you go. See, we were just talking about it.
It's like 2 different bags,
Oh, okay.
but huge.
Yeah, you need some. If it's those big bags, probably need some. If you have them, the Ziploc bags to keep it fresh.
They're staying pretty young.
Okay.
They're already a couple weeks old. Mm. Pretty good. Pretty good.
pretty good.
pretty good. I wonder if what... Oh no, I doubt. I'm gonna say Dan's the rock figure. That bird in the back. That was for a Saturday game. But it looks very similar. Although I don't see the flames on it.
Where did you get the Phoenix?
Etsy?
Etsy, okay.
Yeah, it
Nice,
came in like
very nice.
7 pieces, so
Oh, okay. Unpainted. Nice paint
it took
job.
me
Really
four
nice paint
and
job.
a half hours. And it's not even like really good. You know, like I could do a lot better, but I painted it yesterday.
So everyone in your all your campaigns are going to be fighting a Phoenix in the future.
That's what I was painting during the game chat thing last night was
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Oh, jeez.
It's a little more brown than what I want it to be. Like I'd like to make it a little bit more red when I have the time. But I had like the reference I was using was on like my more like low brightness monitor. And so then when I brought over to the other one, I was like, oh, there's more red in that than brown. So, but it works. It's okay.
Yeah, looks great.
Beautiful.
Thanks. Thank you. If you look at it really close, like there are definitely like little white spots here and there that I missed. But the time it took me like 4.5 hours yesterday, Dan, to get it painted and glued.
Yeah, like this day. I hear you. It's like,
yeah,
it does. It gets like around the feathers in the mist
yeah,
zone.
and I'm sure you were a lot more careful with yours than I was with mine.
Only because it like misprinted and half of it didn't want to go together.
What are you eating? What is that? What is that? Oh, the Metrix bars. Nice. I'm glad you got some. Awesome.
It's ancient. It's been in the back of my closet
okay. I still have to try them. I still want to. All right. Yeah.
I've made it to the back of my closet and I covered. Oh.
And you came back out.
With flair.
All right, I can't tell where we are in the countdown. I'm sure it's been more than 10 minutes. I feel like it has been, so I'm just gonna bring us back. In 8, 4, 1. Okay, we're incoming. Here we are. Hi. Look, I thought since my countdowns are usually wrong anyways, why not just throw numbers? You know, just go for it. As Dan it
works great.
Okay. Great. All right. Yo, y'all. I think I got my camera back online. I think. Nope. No, they're not. They're not. let me deactivate it and reactivate. There it is. Yay. I really wish I had something to put back here, but I don't really have any. I'm gonna have to get some like black mat board or like illustration board or something. Yeah.
Awesome.
I just don't usually have figurines that are like that large. So big. So large. Okay. I'll stop. All right. Very, very girthy. All right. So, Phoenix.
Oh, I thought you said the other thing.
Yeah, we're to it now. There's no more subtlety.
You're like, Stephanie, stop.
So,
Penis.
nice.
See here, recharge 6. Oh yeah, it's gonna do that again. Oh, for sure. Okay, so you'll see the Phoenix kind of like give another flap of its wings, and this kind of burst of flames come out within a 10-foot radius from it, which y'all saw earlier in the fight. So that would be Draxlin, Azur the Laser, Dakos, and Joe. If you can make a dexterity saving throw for me, please. Let's see if you can jump out of the way.
Within 10 feet of me?
Azur the Laser is.
Okay, so he gets a +3 on a dex save.
Is it still a +3? I thought it went up. Or is that something else?
The range went up, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
Well, the other thing I picked up was 10 feet of that can't be charmed.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw. Azur the I'm sorry. Azur the Laser gets +3 from Drexlin. I'll go
10.
around. 10. So 10 for for Drexlin, right?
Right.
Okay. And Azur the Laser?
18.
18. Okay. And just so you know, Azor passed. Jill, what did you roll?
3.
Oh. Dakos?
Bro.
Dakos?
21. So
Okay,
I get my
good.
Good old evasion again and dodge
Yeah.
it completely.
That's awesome. All right. Not so great news for Draxlin and Joe. That is a That is a 20 fire damage.
Okay. Take it off temp first, right?
What? I'm sorry?
Oh yeah, temp comes off 1st.
Right. So it's
Right, temp comes off first. Oh, and actually the person that passed, which was Azur the Laser. Azur the Laser, I think, gets half, so Azur takes 10 still.
He appears to be unaffected by the flames.
Oh, yeah, it is flame damage, so... Does Drexlin have anything against... No.
Breathe it in.
No? Okay.
No, I have.
Got the nostrils.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Okay, that is it for the Phoenix. It's going to stay there. Still giving that bright red illumination within like 30-foot radius from it. And then dim red illumination out from 30 feet after that. So that brings us to Yavani, then Lev, and then Dakos.
Yavani will throw another guiding bolt at the Phoenix.
Okay.
That is an 11.
11 does not hit.
Okay. Yavani will continue to hold his ground.
Oh. That brings us to Lev, and then Dakos, and then Jill.
Lev is going to go ahead and inscribe using his finger half a bell shape into the air, and it fills with magical sparkles. He's going to spin it around so it rotates and creates a full bell, and then hits it to cast Toll the Dead one more time.
Ooh, fancy.
That's a Wisdom 15 save, please.
Let's see here. Let me get all this shit out of here. Ooh, I don't think it made that. Nope, it failed.
Ooh, 18 points of damage this time.
18 points
Necrotic.
of damage.
Nice.
Necrotic damage. Okay. All right. You will definitely see the Phoenix. Anything else for your turn, love?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. You'll definitely see the Phoenix kind of still kind of flapping its wings, but will rest its feet on the ground now. But still just kind of flapping its wings and looking a bit less angry. Might even start kind of looking around, while it's waiting, maybe looking at the exits. That brings us to Dacos and then Gio, and then Azor the Laser.
It's probably too early to say anything to it. Yeah. Does it look? How does it look roughly? Like ballpark? Does it seem to be close to where Zula was saying? Like wounded a bit?
It is wounded a bit, yes.
Just a bit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's at least, like I think I said before, you might not have heard, but before we left for break, I said it was bloodied, which means below half.
Okay, thank you. All right, just gonna try and take it down a little more for the best chance of success.
Okay.
I'll attack. All right, with advantage. Sorry, Drexen, you're still on the other side, right?
Yes, I haven't moved. I'm still
I'm just
toasty.
gonna. Nice. Oh no, I'm gonna look at you like thank you.
Wow.
Truly, I need your help over there. 19 to hit.
19 does hit, yes.
Freaking goodness. Okay. So I'll roll that damage. Ooh, 11 points of slashing.
Okay. 11 points of slashing.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll use my sneak attack damage. Deal extra. Okay. For another 16 points of damage.
Oh, a slashing damage as well?
Well, it doesn't say, it just says for damage, but I'm assuming it's like with the same weapon. So
okay.
My weapon is slashing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to use my second Wails from the Grave. And, ooh, that's 11 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
That happens. And then we use my second attack, try and hit it once more.
Wow.
23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, 4 points of damage that time.
Okay.
And gonna sheath my swords and just say, despite our attacks, we're here to help. Calm yourself. Endure it for a bit. We're weakening you to help you. Should not perish. And that's the end of my turn.
Make a persuasion check, please.
Oh shit. Okay, this is not gonna be good. Sorry. 15. Okay.
Okay.
0 out of here.
Okay. You will see it. The Phoenix will come down to the ground, kind of, it's already resting its feet, but its wings will kind of rest a bit. And it will kind of take of course it's not moving because it's not its turn, but it will kind of take like a step back and just,
It might understand us. I'll say to whoever there has been going next.
Okay.
That's it.
The next person is Azur the Laser, and then Drexlin.
Isn't Yo?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I am so sorry, Joe. Yes, Joe, it's your turn. Then Azur the Laser, then Drexlin.
All
So
right.
sorry.
Just making sure I wasn't losing my
Yeah.
mind. So yeah, Yo will listen to the fact that it might be able to understand and say, yeah, we're trying to help, so if you could stop killing us, that would be very nice. And with that, he's going to just keep swiping down. And yeah, he'll use the spiritual weapon attack first. And he's not really trying to like go for the heart or anything. He's more just trying to like bat the talons away
Okay.
with the axe. That's going to be 17 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. And then he'll take a second attack with his actual physical axe, which will not hit also because it's a 16.
Did you want to keep Moonbeam up, Joe, or do you want to take that down because it's concentration?
What is concentration? Moonbeam?
Mm-hmm. That I had Yo do before you.
Oh, has it been centered on
Yeah, it's been centered on the Phoenix the entire time.
Yeah, I mean he's not doing anything else that requires concentration.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I don't think that I rolled, so would it actually fail that again? Which was that 2d10, I think? Okay. All right. Anything else for your turn, Gio?
No, I guess I'll roll again for the bonus health in case I get better than a 1. No, I got a 1 again. So.
All right.
Is that just for you?
No, everybody. Every time you start your turn, you get to get that much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very good. Drink deep of the moonlight.
Nice. So that brings us to Azur the Laser and then Drexlin.
Muted.
Fantastic. I'm all the way up to an 11 to hit.
You getting up
Yeah,
there? You getting
no. Didn't make it. Not this time.
About 7 more rounds, I'll roll 1,000,000 on a d20.
Drexlin, your turn
right,
in the back at the top of the round. Sorry.
Drexlin is going to go out on a limb and say, Narathana, fight with all your might, and he will cast protection from evil and good.
Okay. All right. So, 1 second. All right. So you use the oh, you're just casting it, right? Oh, that's right. Y'all don't have the ring. What's her name has the ring.
Right. I had one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any flavor with that, or you just speak the words and do the hand movement and
yeah, well, I think it's actually a touch. Let me just check.
It is a touch, yes.
Yeah, so I will very gently and carefully approach, lay out my hand, and as I said to Narathana, fight with all your might, you can break this.
All right. You cast protection from evil and good. And you would know that lasts up to 10 minutes in his concentration.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see the Phoenix, you'll see Narathana just kind of and just almost like lower itself to the ground, to the like almost in like a seated lying position for the bird. And just kind of be breathing a little heavy. You'll see a little blood kind of drip from its mouth onto the floor.
I will, if it doesn't seem okay, well, it's not my turn anymore. So that's about all I was going to do.
Okay.
Unless if we are still in It's the Phoenix's turn next anyway.
Mm-hmm. I will say that as this happens, anyone who is proficient in Arcana, if you want to make an Arcana check, please. And when you've rolled, just raise your hand so I can know who's proficient in Arcana. Okay, so Lev, Yvonne, and Dakos. You can put your hands down. Lev, what did you roll?
19.
Okay, and Yvonne?
10.
Okay, and Dakos?
6.
Oh. So Lev, you immediately feel this kind of shift in the air. You've kind of around the entire city kind of felt this kind of presence of Arcana, especially when you're in the presence of the animals, especially when you've been in the presence of this phoenix. It seems to be amplified. And you feel that kind of drop. The rest of you will also notice that this light, the phoenix's light, the red light that had emanated from it, from the flames, has kind of all died down. The flames have kind of almost went out completely. The red glow has, died down a round ago for the most part. That has been replaced with this almost bright, white, hot illumination from the phoenix that seems to almost engulf it. And most of you will probably have to look away just because it's so bright and you're so close. And as the light dies down and you can even turned away with your eyes closed, you can kind of tell that that brightness has died down with it, and the light goes out. You see in the phoenix's place a woman with red hair lying on the ground, clothes a bit tattered, but it looks like similar to what Kasula was wearing, kind of patchwork together gowns of royalty, kind of patched together with leather and furs and that sort of thing. And just try and support. She's just trying to support herself on the stones as she's laying there, trying to look up at the group of you.
Well, we're ceasing.
She kind of like look around. Where
Hello, would you like a good berry? Oh, I'm Yvonne Marigold Dancer. Do you mind Mother Megrid? And Yvonne will hold out his hand and offer some good berries.
She will kind of take one and put it into her mouth and immediately just grab all the ones in your hand and just kind of stuff them in there with like some juice getting on her lips. Those are so good. Kind of grabbing onto your hand, Yvonne.
It's in the name.
I'm glad. How do you feel?
I don't know how I should feel, or where I am, or who you are. What? And she'll kind of like come to herself and kind of like take her hands off of yours, Yvonne, and what? Who? Can someone please tell me what's happening?
You're friends with Kasula, right?
Oh, Kasula, I know Kasula. Yes.
She was suffering much the same fate as you
Yes,
until we successfully broke the music boxes that were holding you.
Yes.
You're
We had to
in.
stop calling. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Please go.
Okay.
No, that's fine. That's my bad. Hmm.
You're in the keep.
I'm in
Um,
the keep.
the estate. Yes. You are being held here.
What? Was it
Kusula wants to break them. Go
was
ahead.
it Callum?
Yes.
If I may ask, what is the last thing you remember?
I remember. I remember being out at the house in the lake, and I remember another phoenix. And I was talking with her, and she was my friend, and that was Kusula. And things got fuzzier and fuzzier, and then now I'm here, and there's just a bunch of red phoenix feathers kind of lying around her from the transformation. I'm not a bird anymore. The phoenix, it was my favorite.
You can understand why.
Do you remember anything about being a phoenix?
I mean, I remember talking to Kasula as a phoenix because she turned into one too. And then I felt weird. And I remember flying back. And I remember seeing Callum. And then that's it. I'm here.
As Lady Kusula has explained it to us, Lord Callum has been doing all this. He is seeking a seat on the Sealy court. I don't know how doing all of this aberrations to both you, Lady Kusula, and villagers that he had turned into animals and recycled with other villagers and on a constant, seemingly never ending basis to die in the forest. What his motivations are, how that grants him a seat on the Sealy court, I have no idea.
You could spend a year of your life for every grain of sand on a beach trying to understand the motivations of Fae and still not be able to figure it out by the time you reach the end. I think that is...
That is
Indeed.
really well said.
Yes, yes.
Nirthana will, upon mentioning the Sealy court, will stand up, and with more power than you've seen of her since being a phoenix, will almost seem to grow larger in front of you, but not really, just in her magical presence. And her eyes will narrow. He will not find a place on the Sealy court. They won't accept him. I'll be on the Sealy court. That was my position.
Whatever
Oh,
he did
well,
to you is...
I guess I don't need as many grains of sand for this one, I guess.
Mhm.
But that's great. We don't like that guy either. He's kind of a dick. If I'm being honest.
Facts.
You'll see her kind of wither a bit more, a little bit, and from that powerful stance, and just kind of go back to a little bit of how she was just a few moments ago.
All right,
Yo will sorry. I don't
go ahead. No.
He's just gonna pull off the kind of very tattered fur-lined cloak from around his back and just offer it out to her.
Thank you.
Seeing her like withdraw back a little bit, I'll second level cure wounds on her.
Oh, thank you.
And that will do
I
10
understand.
points. 10 points of healing.
Okay.
I understand this must be very disorienting for you, and you've come to amongst strangers. If you wish any time to talk with your daughter and have some privacy as you do that, we may take our leave. If you require anything else, help orient you in any way, but to ask.
I don't have a daughter here. Kasula does, I think.
I misunderstand. I guess that's an out of character.
That's okay. Sorry.
That's all right.
And as she kind of like is looking within herself, you hear kind of something clattering against the floor. And those of you who look, you'll see a ring kind of being tossed, kind of rolled on the floor towards you, and a rat making its way through the
Nice.
the gate, and the rat will turn into Kasula. I didn't find and she'll start to say something and kind of look and see Narathana, and will run over and immediately just kind of embrace her. Oh, friend. I'm so glad that you're okay. Me too. And they'll kind of look at each other, and you'll see kind of this shared understanding. And kind of comprehension of the same traumas that each of them have been through. Kasula will kind of gather herself and look back at the group of you. I didn't see... well, I saw her briefly, but she had guards. Lyra. But I did find the music box, obviously, and broke it. There's apparently some commotion outside, something about the other plane being brought down.
Good. Pass on
What?
the message then.
Violently? As in crashing? As in...
Supposedly pieces of it are crashing, and could she have heard anything? I didn't get all of it, but I did hear some of the guards tell some of the mages to go and catch pieces of it into portals to try and keep it from crashing into Amicare.
This is exciting. I've never seen it. Well, maybe not exciting isn't the right word.
Around
It's
that
the wrong word.
around that time, you'll hear kind of like another gate clatter. What sounded very similar, it sounds very similar to like something in the distance of how the gate sounded when they shut you into this room. But it sounds like it's echoing through the hall into this room. You'll hear a couple of voices. And just stay in there. And you'll hear footsteps kind of retreating back down the hall. And you'll hear a voice. I didn't do anything. Thanks.
Could a voice be recognized?
Yes, I will say that you would recognize it as Quinn's voice.
Yeah. Would have won that bet. Okay. If when Drexler heard the shuffling, he would have posted up against the wall near the gate where the gate
Okay.
comes in,
Okay.
and have his morning star up, and like he'll like, oh, careful, Quinn. I probably would have bashed you upside the head.
Well, you don't see Quinn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like down
I'm
the
sorry.
hall a bit, and it was like those voices were echoing, those
Okay,
sounds were
all right,
echoing down
no
the
problem.
hall. That you would recognize, like, it does sound like Quinn, who was saying, I didn't do anything.
Doesn't matter, Quinn.
Yeah, that does not. They don't
Yeah.
care.
Do you yell that down the hall?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see if he. Hello?
It's us, friend.
We're in here.
Oh. Hi. Hey. Got you too, huh?
Yep.
It's, unfortunate. Nice to see they got the only, well, besides Lyra, the only, supposedly what you've said, the only unpaid people in the city.
What?
Maybe Satara. Yeah, yep, pretty much, my plane is, my part of the city is no more.
Oh, no.
Little interruption, I guess, a kind of great falling that I'm sure was in no way caused by the mages that Lord Callum brought with him.
That doesn't sound like something they will do.
Such a hospitable host.
You can hear
Did
that.
your people make it safely out?
You'll hear, you won't hear anything for a bit.
Sorry to
No.
hear that.
No. It may have just been just me.
Well, let's see what we can do. Lev, you have those keys? Maybe one of these keys will open the gate?
Jingle jangle.
Wishful thinking on my part, I know.
You see. Are you trying the keys on the gate, Lev?
Yep.
Okay, well, unfortunately, you don't really see. There's not really a place to put in a key into the gate. Is that when you investigate it earlier, it seems to kind of like be controlled from not controlled from inside the wall, but there seems to be something going inside the wall to where I would say a smart brain like yours would put together that it seems like it might be controlled elsewhere by lever or something.
Yeah, Drexel, I don't know if we're getting through here.
Yikes.
Let's see here.
Back the way we came?
I have no better ideas. Do any of you?
What person?
No.
Seem
Afraid
I know.
not.
make
Oh.
anything for her?
Drexlin says, oh, well, it's worth a shot. He'll pull out the journal.
Mhm.
Write in the journal a brief, quick summary of found lady, Narathana was Phoenix. Recovered her from her Phoenix form. But we are currently trapped in a dungeon under the estate. Any assistance you can render would be greatly appreciated.
So.
Wow. Wow.
And I'll check his bag.
Yeah. Skeleton key?
You'll check whose bag?
The bag.
Oh,
we'll
the
check
bag from Accordia. You do not
Yeah.
see any. There's nothing in there.
Okay.
All right. No place
Well,
to
the
put
only place we
keys.
haven't looked, let's check the other end where where Nirathana was. There might be some
Yes.
way out from there.
No. No, it's
No?
No.
just an alcove.
Do you
Crap.
know of a way out then, my lady?
She'll just kind of nod towards the gates.
Just the gates. I don't know. Can either of you shift form into anything really strong that could just smash the gates? Or there's nothing I can try and lockpick, right? That's
As much as I love smashing doors, usually they are made of wood when I do so.
true.
This is a slightly more time-consuming undertaking. I think time is of the essence here.
Yes. Um,
Could put something
I'm
on the
game
other
for
side,
anything.
but I need to control it remotely, and I'd need to be able to see where it's going.
I see.
Damn.
I have no idea how to get out then.
I could check for some secret doors, but this doesn't seem like the room you put a secret door in, does it?
No. It can't hurt, I suppose, but no, it doesn't.
Kasula will speak up.
Excuse me, so sorry.
Lord Callum, I believe, built these places himself. I don't think that he would put secret anything, just in case.
No.
We would rather
Alright,
it
so we have
be as prison-like as he can be.
iron bars keeping us from getting out, no keyhole to pick. I don't have any clue.
Drexlen's going to walk up to the end of the gate. Can I see any guard?
No.
God damn it.
If we get a guard to come to the gate, a guard with a key, I have something I can try, but I do not know how we would do that. Usually,
think
the
we
way I get
figured
guards
out-
to come is by committing crimes, but we've already done that plenty.
I think we figured out that it's not a key, that it's a mechanism in another room.
Yeah. Damn.
Perhaps
Do we
shifting
know if there's
form
a
again?
guard in the room near the mechanism?
I don't think we saw
think we
any, but
know.
I guess we don't know. Perhaps could we ask you to turn into a rat once again? Take a look in the room through, scurry about the walls, perhaps.
I can try to, yes. And
Don't put yourself in
just
danger.
as you're discussing that, you hear first the turning of gears and the rattling of chains as the first gate comes up, and then the second, and around the corner you'll see it might help if you remembered her name, Stephanie. It's fine. Around the corner, Satara. Well, oh, hey, I
You
kind of
are
like
a sight
look
for sore eyes.
into the room.
Oh,
No Phoenix, right?
safe now.
Safe, recovered.
Okay, and you've picked up a couple of or at least one person.
Yes, enter Pesh, please. Next cell.
Oh yes, I thought I heard him breathing. Hold
Right.
on. There aren't. Stay right here. There aren't any guards down here, but I want to be sure. And she has this kind of beautiful blue cloak on that's kind of embroidered in gold with suns and stars on it. And she'll kind of put up the hood and move over where Tepesh's cell is. Oh, hey! Shh! Not so loud. Get you. Just hold on. I don't know where these levers. And it'll take her about a couple of minutes, and you'll hear another gate kind of open. Oh, it's about time. And Tepesh will kind of come around the corner, and along with Satara. Satara's like, okay, well, the thing is that I can probably take Uh, what do you want to do? I know where Lyra is. If you need to talk with Lyra, we can try to sneak in there. I think they have her on the second floor, but we'd have to sneak past some guards, so it might be a little treacherous. uh, but whatever you need me to do. I talked to the Whisper earlier, and she said that she would wait outside. So she's probably somewhere outside of the estate grounds. And yes, there's also, I also got someone with a boat out there that hopefully, unless the guards find out, they should be there for a while. So, what do you want to do? I don't think the guards will come down here again unless they bring someone else, and kind of look at Quinn. The only one I know that made it out was Carl. A mage. I'm not even sure that my other friend made it. But yes.
Friends, do you think we should assist Lyra better in her quarters and at the wedding?
I'll turn to Lady Kasula.
What answer are you wanting, Drexlin?
I'd assume this is this is worth the risk.
I would say I don't think that 9 of us sneaking in there would quite work. Maybe just a few of us.
I am not very sneaky. Let others in.
I definitely don't want to go by myself, just in case.
You want us to split up? Or...
I'm not asking you to do anything.
I'm good.
I'm just saying that I don't think that 9 of us should be sneaking around the estate. Quinn will be like, I can make myself scarce. I know some, not really secret passages here, but I know some rooms that I can go into and just relax for a bit. Or I can go with you to talk to Lyra. Whatever you need me to do. Talking more to the group than to Kasula herself.
I feel personally Lyra is maybe of the utmost importance at this point. She seems to be at the center of whatever Cullum's planning. We wish to disrupt that and get her to safety before challenging Cullum. I'm fine with whatever everyone wishes. That's just simply my take. Unless, milady, you're saying that you feel that you could tackle Lyra, alone, or with a couple of people. I think you were saying.
It's whatever you want to do. This is the DM saying I'm not going to.
Okay. All right.
I think.
So, okay.
Yeah, Drexel. I think perhaps me and Yo will stand guard at a rendezvous point, and then the others, whoever feels they can successfully help Lady Kasula get to Lara quietly, do so, and then meet up with us at the rendezvous point.
I'm in favor of this.
I like this idea as well.
Kasula will say we should probably take the ring with us to Lyra in case she's charmed, maybe. And
yeah, I'm pretty much used up.
Safe bet.
Okay. Zatara will look, if you need to we would lose time. It's evening now, but I could maybe we have some quarters on the 3rd floor that I can maybe sneak you into that I know don't stay guarded. If you wanted to rest, and then maybe in a few hours, once you get some sleep in, we could, if you need some to rejuvenate.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Whatever Lord Kellum is going to do, he won't do until the wedding.
Well,
It's true.
so terrible. Speak up. Well, I think I feel like the wedding is what he's going to do. I mean, he's already, kind of look at Quinn. He's already taken care of one thing, and he thinks Quinn is locked up. He looks to control Lyra, I believe. But, I mean, I didn't really see it until a few days ago. I suspected things, but just his visit now is just completely unnecessary and out of the ordinary. And I feel like he's just trying to retain control of Lyra, but I can't get her to see it. We're friends, but she's a bit blinded when it comes to her father, I think. As if you want to rest a bit, I can take you to the quarters, and that would be an easy bypass, and there might be less guards at nighttime. My only worry would be that, but I think even if they would check down here and see that you're escaped, their instinct wouldn't be to check an empty room on the 3rd floor. It'd probably be to check everywhere else. Outside, the forest, maybe.
I am all for resting. I have already expressed how much fun it would be to kick down door at wedding and say I object. If we think maybe that is not the most tactful solution, we will find other way.
It's a terrible.
But come on,
chuckle.
haven't you all wanted to do that before?
Yes.
Even Kasula and Narathon will be like, well, yeah, that's.
That's all I am saying.
All right,
Option.
to the 3rd floor.
Very well, lead the way.
Okay. Just follow me, and I think that there is a very rough staircase that I think that I can take you up in the back that isn't used very much. So it should take us right up there. Okay. And Satara will kind of take a few steps and turn and be like, if you have any ways of disguising yourself, might be, or to make yourself more invisible or less hurt. You seem like the magic type.
Oh, I'm very sorry, Azer, but I think that means you can't come with us. Your beard kind of...
You'll see Azer kind of like lower their head.
Oh. Take care, Laser.
And just like fade out of existence. into
Jeez,
a wisp of stars. All right. We'll say so. Satara starts leading you up one set of staircase towards the back. Why don't you all make stealth checks that I'll just use for this entire walk, and I'll go around.
Lev can turn himself invisible.
Oh.
And maybe one other person.
Okay.
Should anyone require it? Okay. So level cast invisibility at 3rd level.
I
How
can
long-
just be pretty stealthy.
Is that just a minute, Lev?
An hour.
An hour. Okay,
concentration.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's the
Nice.
it's the greater invisibility that only lasts for like what 1 minute, but anyways.
So Drexlin, you get it as well.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, and everyone else is just going to go with their stealth.
Mhm. I
Okay.
am.
All right. I don't think. Let me see. I didn't have anything written out for her, but let me see.
Oh, if we're getting arrested,
If you're getting, well, I mean,
I'll
what?
use my last spell slot to cast Bless on.
Oh, if you're getting arrested. I thought you said if we're getting
Yeah,
arrested,
if we're
and I was
getting
like,
arrested,
what?
Well, don't
on,
forget it's a short rest.
oh, it's only a
I think
short
she
rest, or
I think
or
she
getting
said a few hours. The NPC,
Well, I mean, so
like 3 or 4 hours.
DM. This is I'll speak as the DM. So it's about. She said it was about evening here. So if you would get 8 hours of sleep, you would probably you would be ready to go. Oh gosh, like
2 a.m.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, at about 2 a.m.
When's the wedding? Tonight, right?
No, it's
no, it's in the
tomorrow.
morning.
Okay.
Yeah. You have a little bit less than a day, but still it's the next day, not tonight. And in fact, if you ask Satara would tell you that it's gonna be happening in like the late afternoon. Or not the late afternoon, the late morning. It'll start. All right, so Drexlin and Love are invisible, so y'all are good to go. Yvonne. Oh, I'm sorry.
And I'll bless Giovanni, Dakos, and Yo.
Okay. Yvonne,
Thank
what
you.
did you roll for yourself?
15.
15. And Joe?
That is going to be 18.
18. Wonderful. And Dakos?
23.
23, right?
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, Yava, you have bless.
Oh, yeah. So do I.
Did you add bless, Joe?
I did not actually.
Okay.
24.
Okay.
That's gonna be +3 for 21.
Great. Yvonne, what was yours with bless? Ugh.
Sorry, 19.
Okay, great. All right. Yeah, that super helped. Thank you, Drexlin. All right, yeah. You do see a few guards here and there as you your Satara leads you, very swiftly like around them. They'll take different rooms because most of the rooms have like a couple of different like doors that lead into them. So she'll kind of like, quickly like snake you through. You'll get to that back staircase. Doesn't seem to be used that often. Very dusty, very old. But it pretty much goes directly to the 3rd floor.
Mm-hmm.
And once you step out on the 3rd floor, I don't think. Let me actually just look here and see if there are even that many guards on the 3rd floor. If you'd even, yeah, back staircase. Yeah. You don't see any guards, and pretty much it's just a couple of quick turns, and she'll take a right and open like very quietly. She seems to be very stealthy with her movements into a room. That's a good size and has a little adjoining room as well to it. Again, unused, but there's like a king size bed in each room. Along with some like extra blankets. There's like a window seat as it has like these 3 beautiful windows that have curtains over them, so no one can see in and you can't see out. Okay, she'll kind of go over and kind of kind of like hit the bed a few times to like get some dust, get the dust off of it, and dust stirs into the air. Make sure the door's closed. All right. I think that we'll be good to go in here. I had a nap today, so I can try to kind of, keep an eye out, make sure that no one comes in here, so that way y'all can have your much needed rest. Narathana will kind of, and I think I remember this room. Or something like it. Kasula will be like, it wasn't the same one, Narathana. It's a different house, even. Oh. Okay. And they'll kind of settle in into the window seat together, and we'll kind of, be talking a little bit. Satara will, before stepping out the door, is there anything that you guys need? I can come back in 8 hours and wake you, and maybe try to get Lyra into a quiet space that we can easily go and talk to her. She likes you. I think that she'd be more than willing to chat, unless her father's... I don't think that she's listened to him when it comes to the group, so... Is there anything you need? Okay.
Thank you for everything you've done.
Of course. Anything to help Lyra.
Indeed.
Okay. I'll see you in 8 hours. And she'll step out and close the door very softly.
Okay. Before Drexlin takes his rest, again, he will open the journal
Okay.
and update our friends.
Okay.
Yes.
Have escaped dungeon, found a safe room, waiting till next step, attempt rescue of Lara
Okay.
before wedding
Okay.
Or during wedding.
or during wedding.
Or during wedding.
And I'll put in parentheses, yo.
Nice. Anyone else want to do anything?
Just nestling for some sleep, I think.
Okay.
Yo is gonna go through his pack and just, in case they end up going to the wedding, he's gonna look for like his nicest furs and armors,
Aww.
like the ones that are a little less like grease stained and dented than the other ones.
Mm-hmm. All right. Love?
Lev is just gonna go through his spells and pick some stuff that might be more useful.
Okay. And Yvonne, anything specific?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, all of you settle in for the sleep that you need. And, that's how we'll end tonight's session, I think.
Okay.
All right. Excellent. Thank you, players. Thank you, viewers. Y'all are the absolute greatest. Episode 16 of the Penumbra Assembly. We're probably about an episode or two away from the end. So yeah, not much to do after this. All right. Yeah, so let me pop up our schedule here. I made sure it was updated this time. So yeah, you've been watching the Penumbra Assembly, which is on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern time, at least for another couple, week or two. On Saturday, we have In Extremis at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Obsidian Scar is off this week. But yeah, we have some D&D, and we have another campaign starting here in just a few weeks on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time, right, Dan? Yeah.
Yes.
And then one starting at the beginning of the year on Fridays. So stay tuned for all of that beautifulness, I guess. Dan, did you find a new one?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Give me
Eastern.
1 second here to see if I can pop someone up here. It looks like that. Who is this? Oh, it's funny. Right, it looks like that Perception Studio is streaming. So let's read over to them. I put that in here. All right, got that raid created. Thank y'all so much again, and we'll see you next time. See you next week, and see you on Saturday for In Extremis. All right, bye. All right.
Woo!
Oh.
Good lord.